In the world of online business, there's a different craze every year. Right now, it's AI. Before that, social media marketing. Before that, crypto. I've seen drones. I've seen all sorts of crazes come and go. But that's the thing. These are crazes, and they come and they go. And next year, there'll probably be a new how to make money online in 2025. The fundamentals of investing in online business haven't really changed. I've been doing it since 2012. And in the 12 years that I've been doing it, my process hasn't really changed that much. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the steps required to go about buying an online business. So the first step is figuring out what type of online business you want to buy. And there's kind of two ways of figuring this out. One is if you're more of an investor, you're not going to be involved in actually the operations of the business. And the other is if you're actually going to be the operator and you're buying yourself a business to run. So let's start with the operator side. Believe it or not, you should start with the type of business that you already know how to run. So I started out buying content sites, blogs, advertising sites, publishing, that kind of industry, because that was what I knew. Those were the businesses I'd started, I'd had success with, and knew how to grow them. I understood how they made money, how they generated traffic and all of those things. I didn't jump in with e-commerce or SaaS. And it seems kind of obvious, but I've seen people who are e-commerce operators or content operators saying, I don't know how to start a SaaS business, so maybe I can just buy one. Is that a good idea? I understand where you're coming from with that, but if you don't know what it takes to grow one of these businesses, what it takes to operate one, you shouldn't buy one. If you are going to invest passively, then it gives you a little bit more flexibility. And so you should understand the pros and the cons. For example, if you invested in an e-commerce business, you should be prepared that from time to time, you may have to put more capital back into the business to scale growth. With e-commerce, you can kind of choose growth or cash flow. You can't really choose both, because if it's in cash flow mode, cool, taking cash out, but it might not grow. If you want to grow it, you've got to keep putting cash in, buying more inventory, increasing your advertising, all of these things. If you want software, maybe it's less risky because you've got recurring revenue and things like that, and you've got fantastic margins. What is it, 85%, 95% margins? The software businesses are more expensive to buy, so you're not necessarily going to get the same returns unless they're in growth mode. Then, yeah, you're going to pay a premium, but you're probably going to extract a premium, which is significantly higher as it grows later. Those are kind of some of the things. There's more than just e-commerce, content, and software. As an example, figure out, are you going to invest passively? Are you going to invest as an operator? If you're going to be an operator, where are your skills? What's your expertise? If you don't have any expertise, you probably should back up a little bit and be like, should I buy an online business? And then step 2, figure out the dollar amount. Again, are you going to be buying a business to own? So are you going to be investing 50K, 100K, 500K? Or are you going to be buying a business as an investor? In which case, are you going to invest in one business, like as a minority partner? Are you going to invest in a fund, like a blind pool fund? Are you going to invest in a series of syndicated deals? Are you going to lend money to somebody to buy businesses with? So you've got to figure out the kind of the strategy, and then you've also got to figure out the dollar amount and diversification and all of these things. And then step 3 is you've got to find deals. So you know roughly what you're looking for, you know roughly what size you're looking for, and you've got to go out and find the thing. If you're investing passively, this is less of a concern because you're investing with someone, presumably they're going to find the business. If you're the person finding the business, you've got to think, okay, am I going to look on marketplaces? Am I going to work with people like our company DealPipe, where you can hire them to actually do a search for you? Are you going to work with brokers who bring you deals? Are you going to do direct outreach to business owners by yourself? You should probably really do everything because you want to maximize your chances of finding a good business. You want to have a large investable universe. And then really step 4 is kind of step 3B is you need to practice. So you need to look at loads of deals. You don't want to be like a tire kicker wasting everybody's time or everything, but you want to practice. I'm working with a friend, for example. I'm sort of helping him learn how to do what I do. And he just showed me a bunch of prospectuses and was like, hey, what do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? What do you think of this one? And I said, whoa, these ones are like $25 million. Are you going to buy a $25 million business? And he said, no, but I want to learn how. So let's talk about this. So really good methodology practice by basically looking at prospectuses, looking at marketplaces, speaking to other people who buy businesses, listening to podcasts, just really immersing yourself. And this is probably true even if you're a passive investor. Watch videos like this. Try to understand as much as you can, because even if you don't necessarily need all those skills, you're not going to not benefit from the education and from the practice. And then actually get on calls with sellers and speak to brokers and stuff. And again, be sincere, don't waste people's time, but understand that you're probably not going to buy the first business you look at. You're not going to bid on the first business you look at. How are you going to get to that point where you do bid on a business unless you're prepared to go further with those businesses? And next step, kind of related to 3B, is learn due diligence, learn all the things you need to understand. You don't just look at a business and say, okay, yeah, the profit looks quite good, the P&L looks okay, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I'm going to buy it. Like, that's not how it works. It's kind of the same as if you're investing in stocks or real estate. You can just kind of close your eyes, throw money at it and hope, but you probably shouldn't. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe. If you're interested in investing passively, we actually do have options for people. They can invest with us as a joint venture investor. You can click a link in the description to learn more, book a call maybe. But in the meantime, time for some bonus tips. What else do you need to learn with investing in businesses and buying them? You need to learn, how do you make your money? Are you going to be flipping this business? What's the strategy? Are you going to hold it for 5 years and then sell it? Are you going to try to find massively undervalued business, just get out as quickly as you can, kind of short flip? Are you thinking to hold it for a year for long-term capital gains? You really need to familiarize yourself with, what does the story look like? I think a lot of people are very much kind of ready, fire, aim, like, okay, I want to buy a business. This one looks good. Here's the money. And okay, now what do I do? Like step 1, step 2, question mark, question mark, question mark, step 3, profit. The other extreme is you never do anything. You kind of need to fail before you master it. Are you going to get paid monthly? Are you going to get paid quarterly? Are you going to reinvest profits to grow the business? And then you're trying to grow enterprise value so that you can sell it later for more money. What is the strategy here? And you should be doing this before you buy the thing. And then the final step is shop around. Look at the first deal. Wait until you're ready to buy a business and then think, what else can I buy? What else is there? Can I get something cheaper? Can I get something more exciting? Because I found in the beginning, I just was really ready for action and I bought a business, and then a month later I was like, this one's better. I should have bought that one, and I've used up all my money. The flip side is a lot of people wait for the perfect business that checks all the boxes and doesn't exist, so you're never going to make any money. Basically, find the balance, but the best way to start is by starting, and that's true if it's a passive investment or like an active investment. No matter what changes, no matter what crazes come out, no matter what the trends are, the fundamentals are always the same. Figure out what you want to buy, figure out how much money you want to deploy, figure out what the strategies are going to be, go and find a bunch of businesses, do due diligence on them. Obviously, due diligence is not just like that simple, that's a whole thing, and then buy the thing. Job done.